Hello students, in this video we will discuss about the question for practice of chapter number 2 which is at page number 59. So let us discuss. Here first question is, how will you separate mixture of sand and potash alum, right? Then you will write in the answer that here its answer has been given on page number 56. You can take it from there, or you can write in your own words that potash alum can be dissolved into the water. These things can be mixed into the water and shaked well, and the potash alum will be dissolved in it. After that, filtration can be performed. Then what will happen? In the form of residue, sand will be separated, and the solution of potash alum and water can be evaporated, and water is evaporated in the form of water vapor, leaving behind the potash alum in the dish. This is how you can write in your words. But here let us see what has been given on page number 56. Here you will write two steps. First, by the filtration method, when you will write this answer, you will write two steps. First, filtration method, and after that you will write evaporation. Then in filtration method, before writing this, you will write that the mixture of sand and potash alum is shaked well in the water, and then two methods can be utilized. First is filtration. You will write heading filtration, and under this you will write using filtration method, sand can be separated as residue, and the solution of potash alum and water will be separated as filtrate. Now after that, next point will be evaporation. The solution of potash alum and the water is evaporated, and all the water will be evaporated, leaving behind the potash alum. Using this method, you can write the answer of this. After that, next question, how is scrap iron is separated from the waste material? Here we know that the iron has a magnetic property. That is why we can use magnetic separation. So you will write to separate scrap iron from the waste material, we can use the method, following method. You will write heading separation by the magnet, and under which you will write we move the magnet in the mixture of waste material and the scrap iron. The iron particles, scrap iron will be attracted by the magnet, and it will be then separated, right? And in the mixture only waste material will be left, and the iron will be attracted to the magnet, and after that it can be separated. So using magnetic separation, using separation by magnet, we can separate the iron from the waste material. After that, your third question is, explain with label diagram the method to obtain distilled water from the seawater. For this, we will use the distillation method. So here at the place of liquid which is placed which is kept in the bottle, which is used in the distillation. Here at the place of that liquid, the seawater will be there. So let us see that. Here at the page number 53, here the apparatus of distillation has been given, and you will write we can obtain we can separate salt distilled water from the seawater using the distillation method. And how can we do this? We will use the distillation method for separating distilled water from the sea water. And after that you will write when seawater is boiled, the water evaporates and it is condensed and it is collected and leaving behind the dissolved materials. It may be salt and anything which was dissolved in the seawater will be left in the round bottom flask, and the water will be evaporated and it will be collected into the container, right? And this is how you can write the using distillation method we can separate the distilled water from the seawater. The water will be evaporated. We will pour the water, keep the water into the round bottom flask, and we will heat it. The water will be evaporated, leaving behind the dissolved material, and it will be condensed and it can be collected in any container. This is how we can separate the distilled water from the seawater. You can draw this diagram also, but here you will, at the place of this solution of acetone and water, you will write here seawater, right? You will write seawater, right? Solution of acetone and water, at the place of this you will have to write seawater. And here liquid substance, you will write here distilled water. At the place of this you will write distilled water. And here apparatus for simple distillation, and at the place of this you will give the title separation of distilled water from the seawater. This is how you can write the answer of this question. After that, our next question is, how will you separate tea leaves from prepared tea? Then you all know that we use filtration method for separation of the tea leaves from the prepared tea. So you can easily write in your own words that using filtration method we can separate tea leaves from the prepared tea. The tea leaves will be separated as the residue, and the solution of tea will be separated out as the filtrate. So using the filtration method we can separate the tea leaves from the prepared tea. Now how is common salt purified? Then what will you write? If suppose common salt has many impurities like sand and chalk powder and some soil, then what will you do? Then first thing, you will take this mixture. First your heading will be purification of common salt. How is common salt is purified? It means it is separated from the mixture. Then you will write, if the common salt has insoluble impurities, this mixture is shaked with the water in a container, and the common salt will be dissolved, and after that we can filter, we can use filtration method, and then the residue, all the insoluble material will be separated out as the residue, and the solution of salt, common salt and water will be separated out as filtrate. Now this filtrate is can be separated from this filtrate. Salt can be separated by using evaporation method. Now evaporation, you will write heading evaporation. The solution of common salt and water is evaporated, and the water will be evaporated, leaving behind the pure salt. This is how the common salt is purified. The common salt is what? Sodium chloride, right? So this is how you can write how common salt is purified. Now next question is, what is fractional distillation? What is the function of fractional column? Draw a well-labeled diagram of the apparatus. Its direct answer has been given on page number 53. So let us see. Here is a page number 53. Fractional distillation is there. You will write heading fractional distillation. After that you will write this definition. Fractional distillation is the process of separating two or more miscible liquids by distillation, the different fractions being collected at different temperatures. Fractional distillation is done by using the fractionating column. After that you have to write the something about the fractionating column. You can write here about the fractionating column. From here your other heading will be fractionating column. It is a tube packed with glass beads. The beads provide surface obstruction for the vapors to get cooled at and condense repeatedly. The condensed liquid mixture again distills. Thus there is a repeated distillation. The fractional column is fitted over the mouth of the distillation flask. This is about the fractionated column, and after that you can draw this diagram. Here this is the apparatus of, you will write apparatus for fractionating distillation, fractional distillation, and after that you will draw this diagram. Okay, clear? So this is how, this is the answer of your question relating fractional distillation. Now next question is, explain the chromatographic method for the separation of dyes from the ink. Its answer has been given on page number 49, activity 5. Let us see. The answer of the 7th question has been given on the page number 49, act 5, activity 5. So let us see what is that. Here at the page number 49, this is the activity 5, and this is how this is the whole method by which you can separate the dyes of the ink by chromatography. So here you will write to separate heading, to separate the solid component of the ink by paper chromatography. You can write this whole, and after that you will do this material required and the procedure. And here what has been explained, you have to write in detail the procedure. You can, this is all about the procedure. You can draw these diagrams. Then up to here, this is very simple, but you have to only explain it. I have already explained it to you, so your answer will be here. up to here, right? So this is how you can write the answer of the seventh question, starting from here. Separation of components of ink or dyes from the separation of the dyes from the ink using chromatography, and after that you will write the material required. You can also write object, material required, procedure, and you can write all these things, putting the diagram, these diagrams, and the all these point observations here, conclusion. This is how you can write the answer of the chapter number question number 7. After that, question number 8. What is the principle of sublimation? What is the principle of separation by sublimation? As we know that sublimation is the process by which a sublime gets directly converted into the gaseous state by when heated. Then there are some substances which have this property, and these of the substances are known as sublimes. And the substances, some substances are there which have this property, and some substances are there which do not have this property. It means some substances are sublimable and some substances are not sublimable. So when the mixture of the substances, when the mixture of two or more substances have sublimable and non-sublimable substances, then we utilize the process of sublimation, method of sublimation, during which when the mixture is heated, the sublime or sublimable substance is converted into the gas, leaving behind the non-sublimable substance, and the sublime is again collected by the walls of the floor of the vessel by which the whole system is covered, and this is how the separation is done. Then what is the principle? Here, what is the principle? It means the principle will be in the sublimation. The sublimation in the method of sublimation, the principle that works is the difference between the substances, that they are sublimable or non-sublimable. The sublimable substances can be directly converted into the vapor, leaving behind the non-sublimable substances, and using this method we can separate the sublimable substance from the non-sublimable substance. And here at the page number 54, where the separation by sublimation has been given, the second point, if mixture of, this can be written as the principle, if a mixture of solids contains any substance which is sublime on heating, then such mixtures can be separated by sublimation, right? This can be also written as principle of sublimation, right? Now here, next substance is, how is mixture of two solids separated? Its answer has been given in detail at page number 54. The answer of ninth question, separation of the mixture containing two solids, has been given at the page number 54. Here only two methods, which one is separation by sublimation and separation by magnet, has been explained here. But I have already told you many methods like winnowing, hand picking, magnetic separation, many types of the separation by which you can separate the two solids, sieving, these, there are many, but here here only two methods have been explained, so you will write only these two methods. Your heading will be separating mixture of two solids, and you will write there are many methods. You will write heading separating mixture of two solids. After that, there are many methods to separate mixture of two solids, and after that you will write your first heading, separation by sublimation. Right, after that you will write in this method the sublime substance, when the mixture of sublime substance and non-sublime substance is heated, the sublimable substance or sublime is directly converted into the gas, leaving behind the non-sublime substance, and by this method we can separate the sublime substance from non-sublime substance, right? And here the process in which a solid on heating directly changes into vapor without passing through the liquid state, and the cooling vapors directly changes into the solid stage, is called sublimation. But here this definition is not required, only the method has been asked. So that is why you will write in sublimation process sublime substance can be separated by non-sublimable substance, by which when this mixture is heated, sublime substance is directly converted into the gas, leaving behind the non-sublime substance. Right? This is about the separation by sublimation. Magnet. You can write here in this method a magnetic substance can be separated by non-magnetic substances, and in this substance a magnet is moved in the mixture, and due to which the magnetic substances are attracted by the magnet, and these cling to the magnet, and after that, using this method again and again, all the magnetic material is separated. This is how you can separate the magnetic substances from the mixture of non-magnetic substances. Okay, from the mixture of magnetic and non-magnetic substances. So only these two methods have been given here, so you will write only these two methods. Now here next question is question number 10. Explain the following methods of separation: centrifugation, evaporation, crystallization, and distillation. Right? So here centrifugation has been given at page number 47. Let us see here at the page number 47. Here one thing is separation by centrifugation. So you will write the heading centrifugation. Centrifugation method of separation is used when the suspended particles are very tiny or are in colloidal form. Heterogeneous mixture is rotated or spun at a very high speed in a centrifuging machine. After that you can write this procedure, and this is how the whole explanation of centrifugation is clear. Your 10th B is evaporation. It has been given on page number 48. Here separation by evaporation. You will write this heading, evaporation, and after that you will write up to here. Evaporation method is used for recovering the dissolved non-volatile solute from its solution in liquid. When such a solution is heated, the liquid evaporates, leaving behind the non-volatile solid. The method of evaporation is based on the fact that liquids vaporizes easily and the dissolved solid remains behind. Though evaporation occurs even at room temperature, but it is very slow. At room temperature, process of evaporation can be made quick by heating the solution. You can write up to this point. So you will write this heading, and after that you have to write up to this. The 10th C question is crystallization. It has been given on page number 49. So let us see. Okay, here you will write the heading crystallization. After that you will write this: the process of cooling a hot and concentrated solution to obtain the crystals of a non-volatile solid is called crystallization. After that you will change the paragraph and you will start writing from here and up to here. This is the some explanation of the crystallization, and this is how you can write the answer of this question. Like the evaporation process, crystallization is also a method for recovering the dissolved non-volatile substance from the solution. The only difference is that solution is not evaporated to dryness. When the most of the solution gets evaporated, the solution becomes highly concentrated. At this stage, heating is stopped and solution is allowed to cool slowly. The crystal of dissolved substance separate out and the impurities remain in the solution. Right? This is how you can write the crystallization. After that, 10th D question is distillation. Its answer has been given on page number 50. Let us see. Now here at the page number 50, here under the separation by distillation, you will write the heading distillation and you will write this definition. Distillation is the process which involves evaporation followed by condensation. Right? After that you will change the paragraph and you will start writing from here. Distillation method is used to separate non-volatile solute from its mixture and to recover the solvent water. Also, it in evaporation and crystallization process, non-volatile solute is separated, but the solvent water gets lost in atmosphere and is not recovered. In distillation, solvent and solute both are recovered simultaneously. Distillation process is also used to separate two or more miscible liquids. Don't write this from their solution, right? Okay, now next question is how will you separate the following mixture? So let us see. One A is water, sand and kerosene. That how can we do this? To separate this we can utilize two methods. First is either filtration or sedimentation, and after that here water and kerosene are immiscible liquid. That is why for the immiscible liquids we can utilize separating funnel, right? So here two things can be utilized, right? So you will write for separating water, sand and kerosene mixture we can use these methods. First method you will write first method, filtration. Using this method the sand water is filtered in the form of residue and the solute, and the kerosene and water mixture is separated as the filtrate. Now second you will write second heading, separation by separating funnel. Using the water and kerosene are immiscible liquids, that is why they are kept in They are kept in separating funnel and left for some time. The water forms the water and kerosene from the different two layers. Okay, water at the bottom and the kerosene at the top, and after that water is collected in a vessel, and using the knob, and when the level of kerosene reaches, the knob is off. Now the water and kerosene are separated. This is how we can separate the sand, water and kerosene. Now question B is common salt, iron fillings and camphor. Here we can see that common salt is soluble in water, iron fillings has magnetic property, and camphor is what? Camphor is sublime, right? So first of all we will use the magnetic separation by magnet. Then after that, we for separating common salt and camphor, we will use what? Sublimation. So for separating common salt, iron fillings and camphor, we can use following methods. First, separation by magnet. When we move a magnet in the mixture, the iron fillings are attracted towards the magnet and are separated. By doing this method again and again, all the iron fillings are separated. After that, next heading will be sublimation. When all the iron fillings are separated, mixture has common salt and camphor, then camphor is a sublime. That is why this mixture is taken in a china dish and it is heated. Over it inverted funnel with inverted funnel is put and the pass is plugged. After that it is heated. Then what will happen? The camphor is a sublime, that is why it is converted. It is vaporized and stick to the walls of the funnel after condensation, leaving behind the china dish. After that, this is how using the magnet and magnetic separation by magnet and sublimation, we can separate the common salt, iron filling and camphor. Now third thing, C is naphthalene, chalk powder and iron filling. Here again you can see naphthalene is what? Naphthalene is sublime, chalk powder is solid, which is non-sublimable, and after that here iron fillings have magnetic properties. Same method which we applied here. So you will write, for separation of naphthalene, chalk powder and iron fillings, we can use the following methods. First, separation by magnet. We will move the magnet in mixture, then the magnetic substance or the iron fillings is attached. Iron fillings are attached to the magnet and they are separated. This method is repeated again and again, and whole of iron fillings are separated from the mixture. After that, the left mixture has naphthalene and chalk powder. Then you will write next heading, sublimation. The left mixture, naphthalene and chalk powder are there. Naphthalene has property of sublimation. It means it is sublime. That is why sublimation process is used, and this mixture is kept in the china dish, and on it inverted funnel is kept with whose wing is plugged with cotton, and then the mixture is heated. The naphthalene is converted into the vapor, and after condensation it is sticks to the wall of the funnel, leaving behind the chalk powder in the china dish. After that, naphthalene is separated from the wall of the funnel. After that, you will change the paragraph. This is how we can separate the naphthalene, chalk powder, and iron fillings. Now next D is sand, petrol, and kerosene. Right here we can say that petrol and kerosene are miscible liquids. Right? Petrol and kerosene are miscible liquids. And here sand is solid, so we can use filtration for separation of solid. And after that, here these are miscible liquids, and for these separation of petrol and kerosene we utilize which method? Fractional distillation. So your heading will be separation of sand, petrol, and kerosene. Then you will write for separating sand and kerosene from the mixture. You can use following method. First, filtration. Using the filtration method, we can obtain residue, and the mixture of petrol and kerosene is collected as the filtrate. Now second method, fractional distillation. To separate the petrol and kerosene are miscible liquids, and they have sufficient difference in their boiling points. That is why we can petrol from the kerosene using fractional distillation. Petrol has less boiling point than that of the kerosene. That is why petrol will be evaporated first at low temperature, about 25 degrees Celsius, and it will be collected to the collecting vessel, and leaving behind the kerosene in the round bottom flask. So this is how we can separate the sand, petrol, and kerosene. Now last one is sulfur and sodium chloride. Here you can see that sulfur is insoluble in water and sodium chloride is soluble in water. So the mixture of sulfur and sodium chloride can be shaked well in the water, and sodium chloride will be dissolved into the water. Now this mixture, after that you can use two methods. Here in this mixture, sulfur will be undissolved, so for this you will use filtration. So you will write filtration. Using filtration method, we can obtain sulfur as the residue, and the solution of sodium chloride and water can be collected as the filtrate. Now second point, evaporation. By evaporating the mixture of sodium chloride and water, the water will be water will be evaporated in, and leaving behind the sodium chloride in the vessel. So separating sulfur and sodium chloride, we can utilize two methods: filtration and evaporation. So this is all about the question for practice at the page number 59 of chapter 2.